Can you talk a little bit about the role of pleasure in thriving in business and health and life?
Yes. So pleasure is one of my favorite topics. And I think that, I don't think, I know that pleasure is one of the most important experiences that we can have to really thrive in our bodies. And we're designed to experience pleasure. We have five senses that can bring pleasure in so many different ways. And I always like to clarify that I think for many women in particular, associate like pleasure has to be sexual. Pleasure can absolutely be sexual. Sexual pleasure is amazing, but pleasure has so many different forms,
Mhm.
right? So just, looking at something beautiful, like being in a forest and looking and immersing yourself in that, that's pleasurable, right? So the first thing around pleasure is to expand what our definition of it is.
Mhm.
And what pleasure does is it releases hormones that become the antidote to stress and then allow everything else in the body to function in a more balanced, harmonious, and optimal state. So every time we have a pleasurable experience, it will release oxytocin. Oxytocin is such a powerful hormone. It is literally the antidote to cortisol. So if cortisol is high, we have an oxytocin moment, cortisol begins to go down, our blood sugar becomes more regulated, our sex hormones are able to optimize better as well as our thyroid. So we want to ensure that we're having lots of pleasurable experiences each and every day. The half-life of oxytocin is only 3 minutes, right? So we have to, yeah, I know, it's a
Like
bummer.
poppers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're getting as many pleasurable experiences as possible. So in the work that I do, uh, pleasure is always at a forefront. Like, how can we have these microdoses throughout our day and be intentional about it? Because you're actually experiencing pleasure. No, I should correct that. You have the opportunity or the potential to be present with pleasure throughout your day. It's just that we're so tuned out and disconnected that we don't know.
Yeah.
You're looking at things all through your day that could give you pleasure. You're hearing
When you're
things,
living from here up, it's
right? You're
harder.
tasting things,
Yeah.
smelling things, all these things. But if you notice them, the effect biochemically in the body is so different, right? So pleasure really needs to be at the forefront, and pleasure begets more pleasure. The more we notice, the more we're able to receive, the more of these types of experiences we're going to bring in. And then all of the magical things that happen in our body that we desire begin to just fall into place.
That's amazing. Why isn't that on billboards? Seriously, oxytocin is the antidote to cortisol. That should be on billboards.
Yeah. It should be. I totally agree. It's a like I give these very doable practices around pleasure and oxytocin as, for anybody because they're just so profound. And I think that if everybody understood that, wow, like what a shift we would experience as humanity.